Yes, no relief in sight, but thankfully it's dry. It's not going to be wet or anything to disrupt any activities maybe planning out there. We have both these live cams showing the sun is starting to come up. We have a few clouds, but not too much to keep us cool. Those are quickly going to fade away here shortly, especially when we have that heat advisory coming up. But for right now, those temperatures are going to warm pretty quickly. So we're going to start off calm winds, temperatures in the lower 80s, even warming up pretty quick to triple digits right after lunchtime. So another hot day in here in the coastal bend, and right afterwards, even while the sun is setting, so around 7 p.m., it's still going to be in the lower 90s. So it's another day in hot heat, another day of triple digit heat index value. So that's going to be 118 Corpus Christi, 109 George West, 113 Alice. Another day to make sure you're staying hydrated, being mindful of the heat, and just being safe as much as possible. Wearing that sunscreen, protecting your skin, especially with these heat advisories for all of our counties today. That means we are going to be seeing those feel like temperatures of 110 or greater. So make sure you're checking on your people, checking on family in this heat, because that heat is going to stick around for the remainder of the day, as well as the next few days coming up as well. And not just for here in the coastal bend, but for majority of Texas as well. We're all going to be under heat advisory criteria. It's all going to be pretty hot, and that's because none of us are really seeing any rain here in Texas. We're all going to be pretty much dry, especially throughout Friday. Maybe North Texas has a little bit of a chance, but for sure down south here in the coastal bend, we have no chance of rain. And that's primarily due to that upper level pattern, that atmospheric pressure that we have. That high is going to be just sitting right over Texas, letting those temperatures remain in the triple digits. So 101 Corpus Christi, we're primarily going to see triple digits all throughout this upcoming week. So yes, I know another day of heat, another day to be mindful when the kids are getting ready for back to school on Wednesday for Corpus Christi ISD. And with us having no water in sight, that means we're still going to stick around in that stage 1 of those drought restrictions. So fines are going to be likely if you are going to be using excessive water. Just be mindful of that. So if you are planning on hitting the pool, maybe a community pool or in pool in your neighborhood, just be mindful to wear that sunscreen, because that UV index is going to be very high with those temperatures once again remaining and the triple digits being very hot as well. If you're planning on hitting the water though, to Port Aransas, those temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s. So if you're planning on getting a little bit of a cooler start to your day, those tides are going to be 7:18 a.m. this morning here in a little bit. So not going to be as hot as it is in Corpus Christi, but still hot. You have a few light winds out there for you, primarily around 13 up to 17 miles per hour, and those gusts are going to be up to 23 miles per hour as well. Those bays are going to be slightly choppy for you out there with that water temperature at 88 degrees. Those waves are going to be 2 to 3 feet. As far as tropical activity, we have no activity expected here in the coastal bend now north in the next 7 days. So thankfully, be glad about that quiet activity out there for us in the tropics. Those lows tomorrow is going to bring us to upper 70s Corpus Christi, even low 80s along the coast, 82 Rockport and Port Aransas. So yes, another warm start to our Sunday morning, and even Sunday afternoon, another warm start to our next week. We're going to see 102 Robstown, 101 Corpus Christi, and as low as 91 Port Aransas. So Port Aransas, you guys are going to see the lowest out of the highs tomorrow, but overall, we're all are still going to be hot. Now, these high temperatures are going to continue throughout the next 7 days here for us in the coastal bend, where you're going to primarily see triple digits every single day. No rain is in sight. So yes, no relief is coming anytime soon. Sunny and hot conditions are expected the next 7 days, and it's highly likely that those heat advisories and maybe some excessive heat warnings may try to creep in these next 7 days. We'll keep you updated for that. Lexus.